Okay, everybody, welcome to Divided Entertainment on Mr. Plane's channels. That's right. We have finally got this multicast webcasting all together. Right, and I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. This is the first time ever we have done a live webcast through all these websites: Ustream.tv, Stickem.com, BlogTV, Justin.tv, and YouTube.com. That's how many sites? Like 5 sites right there. And I'd like to welcome Frank. How you doing, Frank? Through the Skype technologies.
Hey, how you doing? This great to be on the show. It's just amazing technology. You know, this kind of technology needs to be used. I mean, it hasn't been like really used everywhere. Like I told you, we should make our own website with this right here. You know, just use pure Skype technology.
Well, we're going to be doing that pretty soon. Everything. And all that other stuff. It has been wonderful, and everyone's been watching our vlogs and stuff, and all this other stuff. And I got a text message, but I'm going to focus on the show right now because this is amazing technology right here, and everything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where are you at? Continue on.
I am in Upland, and I'm actually communicating pretty well with you, even though the weather is not doing too great.
Hey, it's funny.
I lost you on your webcam, but it's all right.
That's
I
can
still see you on
I came back.
All right, gotcha.
Okay, in and out.
I want to touch on the subject on what's going on with the banks, and there's actually a smear campaign ongoing right now against some whistleblowers on what's going on with the banks, and you wouldn't guess who they are. Guess who's the smear campaign against? I've been talking about him for a long time on this show and the show before, as a great insider to what's going on. That'd be Alex Jones. Alex Jones. There's actually a smear campaign against him.
Oh, there is?
Absolutely, yeah. They're saying that he's a Jesuit CIA spy.
What?
Do you believe that? Or he's a liar? Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're trying to spread the rumor on the internet right now that that's what he is. Him, Tim L. Gunderson, Pat Buchanan, and a couple other of his associates that he had on there. Even Ron Paul. Do you believe that? That they're all tied to the Vatican or somehow connected to some Jewish conspiracy.
Wow. So my question is, do you really believe that?
I looked it up because I wanted to check it out. You know, you know me, I always investigate, do both sides, and I couldn't find no shred of evidence that was a smoking gun. All I found was circumstantial evidence on Ron Paul about him taking earmarks, but he's a politician. But other than that, I mean, there was nothing on him or anybody I just named right now.
Wow.
Nothing I could find.
So basically, the war has begun on telecommunications through the internet.
Correct. They're going after the whistleblowers right now. They're going after Alex Jones. They're going after people like Ted L. Gunderson. They're going after Pat Buchanan. They're going after everybody who's going against the status quo, because they're exposing these people for who they are. You know, the New World Order, these mega banks that take all our money, disenfranchise us from our nation, and give the money to somebody else to enslave their nation. And that's what they're doing right now. They're devaluing our dollar, and they are unbelievably getting away with it. Yeah. And no one is rising up and getting upset, and I just can't believe it. I'm just so shocked. You know, I really hope, I pray that people will wake up and realize that we're getting our rights taken away from us. We're being disenfranchised from our country. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I was actually a guest today on the Levy show. Correct?
No, I haven't.
He was one of Howard Stern's assistants on his show. And everything.
What's going on with that?
Yes, I got a chance to talk to Bob Levy, and he was talking about the unemployment, how everything's going on with people enjoying free money from the government. You know, because when you...
Yeah, it's like everybody...
continue on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's like... it seems like it's like they're trying to pay off people not to work and to be quiet about what's going on around the world. I mean, unemployment is like what? They're saying that's at, I think, 9% last I heard? Honestly,
10% or 15%.
Really, it's at least 25%.
Yeah, it's high.
At least 20%. I mean, it's high. They're lying about the figures. I mean, they're manipulating the numbers, And I mean, no one has a job right now. I mean, there's no work. You ever look at the newspaper? There's like, what is there? Like 15 million people unemployed. What 10,000 people going for one job? I mean, 5,000 people. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just, it shows what these people have done to our country and
or
what they have been doing for years to take away our jobs, to disenfranchise us, to devalue our currency, and to just leave us dry, just like they did to Michigan, and just like they did to Zimbabwe, these mega banks. Look at Michigan. If you go to Michigan, and you check out what happened there, and you go to Detroit, you see what these corporations have done. It's like it's evidence of what they're doing to this nation. They're taking away our resources. They're taking away everything from us.
yeah, and the example of what's going on here and how we're and the school. Okay, newspapers are promoting schools, right? But when
That's
these
right.
people graduate, where do they have to go?
There's no job.
There's no jobs.
All the jobs have gone
Elsewhere,
overseas.
overseas.
That's what people.
Right.
Yeah, they have gone overseas. They've gone to China. They've gone to India, and these people in India, I've done research on them. They get paid $1.50 an hour. They live in these little shanty towns that are just ridiculous, and they make these people slaves over there. They make them work, and then we buy what they make for us, slave labor. Also in China, 50 cents an hour for the average worker. I mean, it's just slavery, complete tyranny of these little nations that these corporations take advantage of, make deals with these communist countries. You know, these communist countries, these dictatorships. It's just out of control, and we've got to, we have to say something about it. We got to speak the truth. We can't let this happen no more.
Well, I've been taking guests on these shows and stuff, and like I said, I got a chance to be with Bob Levy and how the dollar's crashing. Correct?
Yeah, yes, it is. It is crashing right now. It's devalued. They're saying it devalued 35%, 40%. That is a lot. The devalue of the dollar. If people knew what the Federal Reserve was doing to our dollar, I think people would go out there and freaking just grab these guys and let what happened happen.
Or protest.
This is ridiculous.
You think of protest or
more than They'll probably drag them out of the building. Honestly, there'll probably be riots on the streets.
Yeah, there would be riots
if
on
they
the
knew
streets.
what these people were doing.
And also
These people are criminals.
Don't forget about the printing error with the $100 bills and about a trillion. Was it $1 billion? Remember I told you about that?
It's going to cost around $500 million to fix that problem.
Yeah, it's going to cost.
Around $100 million was printed or something like that.
Yes,
and then it'll cost
accidentally,
$500 million to fix it.
Yeah, because of the new, they're trying to change the new $100 bill to make it more non-counterfeit, supposedly.
Yeah, and then they screw that up, and that's like literally a slap to the face right there to the American people. This is a slap to the face saying we don't care what you think. If we, it's going to cost you money if we even screw up your currency. That we are not even part of the federal government, even though, and they could do anything they want. No, they answer to no one. They are above the law. Nobody answers, and Congress gives them the power to do so. So Congress is corrupt. The executive branch is corrupt. I mean, the only one I would possibly endorse, and I've done a lot of research on him, and I'm still going to read all his bills and what bills he co-sponsored, would be Ron Paul. He's always advocated for the Constitution, for the freedom, the whole sticking to the Constitution, going back to the gold standard, where the dollar is back to where we have more buying power to rebalance our dollar. I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to stop just printing the damn money and just giving it to other countries to enslave them. It's technically not even our money anymore. The Federal Reserve just takes it from us and does whatever they want with it and says, tough, take it. We don't care what you guys think.
I think
it's now
there's actually...
we do whatever we want.
I'm trying to look up this. I discovered this earlier. There's something called the Underground Congress Treaty. Have you heard about that?
I haven't heard about that. Please tell me.
It's something about an Underground Congress Treaty, and I think they're altering the Constitution.
That's what they're doing. I mean, look at Julian Assange, the guy, the WikiLeaks guy. I mean, look, if they silence him, he found out the truth about all these bankers, all their dirty secrets.
Yeah.
Whatever way he found out, and he put it on WikiLeaks. People the research and look for themselves what's going on around the world, and he gets called a criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, wake up, people. I mean, this guy is telling the truth of what's going on. Even though, I mean, the truth is a truth. I mean, that's it. It's just that simple. If you don't like the truth,
then don't listen
then
to it.
that should
right?
then you obviously aren't uh tr- aren't for the American value of freedom of speech, freedom
Yeah.
of press, freedom of religion. 'Cause this country has freedoms that are God-given rights to human beings, and that's what people have to realize. They have to get off their couch. They have to get out there and start talking about it and stop accepting what's going on. Just stop taking it
Well,
and just say no. I will not cooperate.
they're afraid.
No, I
guess.
don't agree.
Because
Yeah, they are afraid, and
there's 100,000 people, maybe more than that, in our prison systems right now. You know that?
yeah, our nation is the most incarcerated nation in the world.
Yeah. So, as one person tries to do this at separate times, correct? They can catch him. You know what I mean?
Well,
But,
it's
but if they
okay,
try to group
you know,
together and more people, right, they would probably get much a better response, correct? People are getting taken
well,
out one by one for the situation.
it it always starts with the individual who seeks truth, who seeks to tell the truth of what's going on. Of not being afraid either. It just takes one person to rise up and stops and say, I won't take this no more, and then others will follow. They will believe.
So
I
how?
mean, that's the way it's always through the individual that is willing to stand up to this tyranny. That starts it all. I mean, look at Martin Luther King. Look at Gandhi. Look at Jesus Christ. I mean, the savior of. I believe he's the savior of mankind. I mean, he brings salvation to everybody. And every single time, I come to the conclusion that all these things throughout history have been done by the Vatican Church. Okay?
Yes.
They have so much power, so much money. They control presidents, kings. I mean, just so much power they have. And this is not this is a theory of mine. Okay, so people can look it up themselves if they hear me. They can look it up themselves through history that they have supported evil dictators throughout their time here on Earth. And it always points. You ever heard of the expression all roads lead to Rome"? You ever heard that expression?
All roads lead to Rome. I
Yeah.
know. I think it was used in a certain way, but yet not in the right way on a show I don't want to be saying about. But I heard about it.
And every time I do my research, it always leads to them. They're always the puppet masters. They're in charge. They put the NWO in play. They control. I mean, they control our churches right now.
Can I
Even
ask you a
all the Sunday
question?
worship.
On the
Go ahead.
situation. Now, should we go to Rome and try to the people that can go to Rome? Not I can't go to Rome. Can you go to Rome?
Okay, if you go to Rome,
Let's
you have
say
to
you went to
realize
Rome.
that they're like their own little country there.
Yeah.
They have their own laws.
Yes.
Okay, so first you got to look up what their laws are. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't say certain things. You can't. Your freedom of speech is definitely, I'm sure, just trampled on. You can't say nothing against the Pope. They have the Swiss Guard there. I mean, if you look at Revelations, this is Mystery Babylon. This is the whore of Babylon right here.